Hello, my fellow gamers! Welcome back to Comfortable Gaming. Today, I want to choose some games for you. If you're looking for something new to play on Game Pass, these are 10 hidden gems on Game Pass. And if you're new to the channel, we do everything Game Pass. Like and subscribe. And let's start off with the first game on the list, being Nakara Blade Point. This is an action-adventure battle royale game developed by 24 Entertainment. And I didn't even know about this game until it was announced at the showcase. This is a battle royale game and it's now on consoles as well. It was originally just on PC, and it's got some really cool combat and design of like Asian culture, samurais, Chinese culture, which is really cool and really done well, like a little bit of anime sort of style fighting and different characters. It's really done well, and this game has really surprised me for someone who doesn't really like battle royales. Only if you love battle royales and you're looking for something to escape from Warzone, Fortnite, whatever you're playing, Apex Legends, then this is something a little bit of fresh and something a little bit different in the battle royale genre, and it's more of like RPG, melee combat and stuff like that, with really awesome characters and designs and movesets that I haven't seen in a battle royale game since this game. So it's done really well, and if you're into something to play online or you're looking for a new battle royale game, then this on Game Pass is a no-brainer. It's really done well. The weaponry, the combat is really satisfying and really intriguing, and graphically it's just a really beautiful game as well. Really cool 60-player battle royale game. Really awesome. Do check it out. At number 9 we have Memoir Blue, and this is like an interactive story and video game developed by multinational studio Clusters Interactive. So it's a small indie game that launched 24th of March this year, and it was a day one release to Game Pass. And it's just like a really intriguing story as you explore this game, and it's got a very cool interactive story as you travel like underworld in some misty thing. It's really done well, in a game that really surprised me. Sometimes taking a break from really big hitters and things like that to just play a small indie game that's just designed very nicely. It just takes you on a really cool journey and really done well. If you're looking for something a little bit slow paced and easier, this is definitely one of those games for you. Coming at number 8, Dreamscaper, and this is an endless replayable action roguelike game with a walking and dreaming gameplay cycle. By night, delve deep into your subconscious. You face like nightmares and things like that in an ever-changing world filled with unique items and abilities and challenges, and during the day you upgrade those abilities and stuff as you seek before you delve again into the night. It's a very well thought out little game. Very surprised me. It's got very good reviews everywhere, and when I saw it, I checked it out, and oh boy, I had fun with this game. Very surprising little game not a lot of people know about, and some of these indie games is really the place to be. People really put an effort in these small games. Really done well. So many challenges, so many things to do. Really fun gameplay, and really cool idea the way it's done. It's not just, I can put it like Hades, but it's a lot different than Hades, but on that sort of quality level. It's a very good game. Obviously different a lot like Hades, but just the many things you can do and the abilities. It's just very well designed to challenges and different bosses in the game, which I really enjoyed. Really awesome game to check out. Coming at number 7, Monster Sanctuary. This is one of my favorites on this list, and it's a pixel art monster collecting game with like a Metrovania-like exploration, and you got turn-based combat, which is very cool. So it's like you explore in a platform away type of thing. The combat then turns to turn-based as you collect different monsters, champion monsters, Spectre Familiar. There's all sorts of things to do, items to collect and things like that. And as you go through like Horizon Beach, Ancient Woods, Snowy Peaks, all the different areas in the game which are done really well. So many monsters to choose from, and then so many mechanics and things and abilities you have with different monsters. It's just really in depth and really done well. Guys, check this game out. It's a very cool, gives me a lot of nostalgia playing it in that feel, but also something refreshing and new. Very cool idea. I really enjoyed this one, and it's a really great hidden gem on Game Pass to check out. Number 6, The Ascent. Now this is like a cyberpunk futuristic type of game where the future is a bit corrupted and it's gangs as you live in this cyberpunk type of future. It's a Swedish indie game studio called Neo Giant, and I played this when it launched day one on Game Pass last year, and I thoroughly enjoyed this game. It's not without its flaws obviously, but it's something worth definitely checking out, and there's a lot to love here. The world is one of the biggest things for me as I played. The areas, the different enemy types, it was really done well. You really fell in love. The combat is a lot of fun to different guns. You unlock the special abilities, Boss fights are very surprisingly also done well. So if you like Diablo, you can compare it to that. It is an action RPG, and in a way, and there's a little bit of dungeon crawling mechanics and stuff, and loot around to collect, with really interesting quests. Obviously, there's an evil corporation that's typical story in these type of games. But like I said, the world, the combat, absolutely a lot of fun, really fun and great game. I really enjoy this, and it has co-op, so if you want to jump in with a bunch of friends, you can do so. Really cool little game. Holy Ascent. Number 5,
Weird West
is
a top-down action role-playing game.
This is a top-down action role-playing game with elements of immersive sim genre. So as you play through the game, in each different playthrough, you get randomized elements throughout the game. So you enter like an American frontier, and you will encounter like supernatural elements and things like that, and monsters. Very, very done well, and the game features stories of 5 bounty hunters. The world is designed to interact and respond to players' actions, which is really nice. Graphically wise and art style, I'm really enjoying it. It's like a Borderlands. If you played Borderlands games, it's definitely that sort of art style, like cartoony type of looking. The way that you react with the world and do things, it's really coolly done. I don't think I've ever played a similar game too much to this, and I really enjoyed something like this because it's something I thought I never played or played these sort of games. And the way you can do things in this game and the way every little detail is done surprised me quite a lot, this game, and I really enjoyed this game. It's got very cool things, it's really nicely designed. Combat I really enjoyed, and just how you interact with each piece of the world is one of my favorite things in the game, alongside with its art style. I love the Borderlands 2D art style, and I love the idea of the game like an American frontier, and there's supernatural crazy cowboys with monsters type of things. So I think the game would have been called Monsters and Cowboys or something like that would have been fine too. Really nicely done. And one of my favorites also on this list, that a game that's definitely worth checking out on Game Pass. If you like this sort of thing, or if you want to try something new that you kind of haven't played like I did, this is definitely one of those games. Coming at number 4, Edge of Eternity. This game was developed by Midgar Studios. This is a French studio taking a JRPG approach. And if you picked that up already, what I said, Midgar Studios, the studio is named after fictional city of the same name from the 1997 famous Final Fantasy VII game, as regarded as the best Final Fantasy by many fans. And if you played the recent remake of Final Fantasy VII Remake, you know which game I'm talking about. It's a very famous game, and this is that homage to most of those Final Fantasy and Xenoblade games of the 90s and things like that. So it's a great ambitious game from us, mostly a Western studio taking a JRPG approach. It really surprised me with this game. It was very ambitious with a lot of things. There are some quirky things that just don't work too well, in all honesty, but there's a lot to love in this game. And it's something, if you looking something new to play on Game Pass, or like a JRPG you haven't tried out, this is something really to try out. It's very, very much out there with a lot of great things. If you love JRPGs, you're going to love a lot of this. It's got a compelling story as you play as Darren, a young soldier whose world is invaded by like a technological advanced race. And as you learn that your mother's been infected like an alien biological agent, you and your sister go to help her find a cure for your mother. So it's like a very compelling as well story, really done well. Edge of Midgard, I really enjoyed this. Check it out. At number 3, Eiyuden Chronicle Rising, and the first thing that drew me to this game was Octopath Traveler. I enjoyed Octopath Traveler so much, and this reminded me a little bit of a lot of it. Like, this is another JRPG that's like a Octopath Traveler. And as I entered the game, it's more of a 2D style scrolling action role-playing game, and as you play, labyrinths and series of rooms presented as a platformer game. Players may backtrack into like back areas to explore, and certain things that was previously impossible to reach as they progress the narrative. A common convention in like Metroidvania games and sort of things like that. And you player assumes the role of a teenage girl named CJ as she arrives in the town of New Nevaha in search of treasure and adventure and things like that. Very interesting game. I was very surprised by this, and it took me a little bit. I thought it was going to be like Octopath Traveler, which I loved, but it isn't. But this offers something completely new, and as you do quests for non-playable things, and it's just like a 2D feels like a JRPG, more of like an action role-playing game. And the combat is a lot of fun, and different characters, and each area as you explore is done pretty well. Ancient ruins, all sorts of things as you do. Very surprising game for me that I tried to play off, and it's obviously a spin-off of the Eiyuden Chronicles of 100 Heroes, and there's a new one coming already next year, Eiyuden Chronicles 100 heroes coming next year, and actually sometime in 2023. Coming in at number 2, Dragon Quest Builders 2. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, Dragon Quest is not like a really hidden gem. And it's not. There's been like 11 games of Dragon Quest games. They're very popular. One of the most popular besides Final Fantasy, Square Enix games. And the Dragon Quest 11 is also on Game Pass. But a lot of people sleep on Dragon Quest Builders or don't know about it. Some people know about it, and if you have played this game, you know a lot about this game. I originally played this on the Nintendo Switch and absolutely loved it, and now that it's been on Game Pass for quite a while, I've seen a lot of people not know about this game. So the best way to describe it, it feels like a JRPG Minecraft mixed together in a way. There's great monsters, great things to fight, but it mostly focuses on that building element. And it's an action role-playing sandbox game, as it's described if you had to look it up online. It's a sequel to the first Dragon Quest Builders, and just like Minecraft, it's very similar how you can build and stuff with the square box. You can also harvest resources, grow plants. You have different followers you recruit to help you along the way around your encampment and stuff. At Monsters Night Come Out, which is very similar to a game we know. And the battles and the bigger monsters as you play, that has a little bit of that JRPG element to it, and the enemies are so coolly done. And you wouldn't think about this in a sandbox game that's mostly around building, but there's a lot to do in this game, and it will take you on a huge, great journey of building. It's a very addictive game. The building is so satisfying and fun. If you play Minecraft, it's extremely similar to this, except it's not first person, and with this JRPG element on it. I absolutely love this game. I always recommend this game to everybody. If you like building games, Animal Crossing, or whatever you play, or Minecraft, this is definitely for you. And it's been on Game Pass for quite a while, and it's a great game to check out and play. Coming number 1, Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire Ultimate Edition. Now, I know the first one is a great game, but for me the second one's even better, and it comes with all its DLCs and everything, an absolutely great RPG. And I know a lot of you guys are going to say this is an Obsidian Entertainment game, and a lot of people already know this game. It's not like it's such a hidden gem, and that is true partially, but a lot of people don't play the old school RPGs, the old school Dungeons and Dragons games. And for a lot of people, this is a new type of game, and I want a lot of people to experience these games and try them out and really try them out. The character customization, the classes, everything, how the world interacts. These are one of the best RPG games you can play, and obviously if you play these games back in the day, you would love this. Do check it out. This is one of the best RPGs on Game Pass. My honorable mention is Christ Tales, and it's just a really cool new game I've been trying out, something completely different. But anyways guys, that's it for me. Do check all these games out. If you're looking for something new play, you will find all sorts of different games and different lists I've made on Game Pass. Give us a like and subscribe. It really helps us hugely immense. Comment below which games you maybe played on this list, or some games you should recommend. Put them down for me that I also want to try out, because I've been loving Game Pass, and there's so many hidden gems and so many great games to check out. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.